One example of rape being used as a weapon of war in history is that of Fath Ali Shah Qajar, died 1864, the ruler of the Qajar dynasty in Iran. When he invaded and occupied the Caucasus region, his soldiers not only raped the conquered women, but also cut a vein in their right thighs, permanently crippling them for life. Whenever these women limped while walking, onlookers could recognize them as the ones who had been raped by the Iranian soldiers. This was not an unusual case. History under the patriarchal system is filled with such incidents. In this system, women were considered the property of men. During war, the victors included women as part of the spoils of war and distributed them among military officers and commanders, just like gold, silver, diamonds, and jewels. When Akbar's forces, led by Adham Khan, attacked Malwa in 1562, its ruler Baz Bahadur was defeated. The love story of Baz Bahadur and his beloved Roopmati was famous. The capital of Malwa, Mandu, was renowned for its music and dance. But after the conquest, the melodious songs of Mandu fell silent. Baz Bahadur managed to escape, but Roopmati stayed behind. Adham Khan first raped 2 of Baz Bahadur's harem maids and then attempted to violate Roopmati. She consumed poison and took her own life. Adham Khan's mother, Maham Anga, fearing that the maids might inform Akbar, had them killed to cover up her son's crimes. It seems that Akbar, too, chose to overlook the matter. History provides many such examples where, after battles, soldiers raped women and then sold them as concubines in markets. In ancient and medieval wars, it was customary to gather the defeated men in one place and execute them so that no one would remain to fight back. Then, young women were captured, raped, and sold in markets as slaves. When the Jews occupied Palestine, they treated the defeated nation's girls in the same manner. Similarly, when Alexander the Great attacked Gaza, his Greek soldiers massacred the men and raped their women. Because of this, after a military defeat, people would hide their daughters in forests and mountains to protect their honor. However, in modern times, the most horrific atrocities were committed by the Japanese during World War II when they invaded China and carried out the Nanking Massacre. Photographs from that time bear witness to the horrors. Bodies lying in the streets and sidewalks of the city. After the massacre of men, the Japanese soldiers searched for young girls to rape. When the girls were hidden, they raped their mothers to extract information about their whereabouts. During World War II, when the Japanese occupied Korea, they forced large numbers of Korean women into sexual slavery to satisfy their soldiers. These women became known as comfort women. After the war and Japan's defeat, when these women told their harrowing stories, it became evident how brutally the Japanese had destroyed their lives. Many of these women, who are still alive today, continue to demand that the Japanese government compensate them for the atrocities committed against them. Japan's actions prove that, to them, women were nothing more than objects for fulfilling sexual desires, and they considered it justified to use conquered women for their purposes. This also reflects the status of women in Japanese society itself, which was so degraded that it led to the widespread use of rape as a weapon of war. There are many other painful examples of rape being used as a weapon. For instance, after Germany's defeat in World War II, Russian soldiers entered the country and raped German women as an act of revenge. The Bangladeshi government has also documented cases where, following military action, large-scale rapes were committed against their women, resulting in many pregnancies and births. The government of Bangladesh has presented statistical evidence to support these claims. During the 1947 Hindu-Muslim riots, women's honor was not spared either. Women were abducted and raped on a large scale. After the partition, under an agreement, both sides exchanged abducted women. This was a painful situation because upon their return, these women were barely accepted by their own families due to the fear of social stigma. This highlights how fragile the status of women is in society and how deeply entrenched patriarchal traditions continue to be.